All right. Looks like we're live. It didn't
Did
do a
it,
countdown. I'm just gonna
did
have
it on
to.
my side.
It did a countdown with you?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I totally missed it. Now I look like a moron.
It's okay. It's going to
All
be
right.
the new name of the show.
All right. Cool. Yeah, we're live. I just checked us on YouTube. All right. So unprofessional, babbling like I am. Hello, world. Welcome to another fantastic no-brainer live, coming at you live between your screaming, steaming ears. It's me, Zach, the goat, big daddy, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. Just don't call me late to dinner. Tonight we have our in-house guest, the party master, Chris Master Jizams. What's
What
up,
is
Chris?
up, everybody? How are
And we're
you?
waiting for our illustrious co-host who's busy with work, but he's going to pop in. He said he would, I'm sure.
Right.
D-Rex, get your butt over here. We're going live, son. So tonight I wanted to dabble in a bunch of stuff to talk about. I was listening to the radio this morning. For some reason I was switching through and I went off satellite. I'm usually on satellite. I always listen to Hair Nation or Ozzy's Boneyard or cassette
Right.
era stuff like that. I love my old rock and roll. And I switched over to 1059 and I haven't heard the morning show in a while. I love 1059. They have a great morning show. Um Jill and Smokestack
Yep.
and
Yep. I'm
uh,
familiar.
Rick Stacy, and they're great. And I caught a little thing they were talking about. Did you hear about this world destroying asteroid that's pummeling through our universe right now?
I have heard about it. I've heard about it. I don't know if it's.
They say it's like 3,000 miles wide or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't
but
see
they say
the.
it's have no fear, people. Don't start panicking and looting and going crazy and doing stupid stuff. There, it's not going to hit Earth. So
No, it's going to go right on by. It's going to go right on by. But it is.
they
It's
said it's
big.
actually going to be close. It's going to be close to the sun. Now, here's a question. I am not by any means an astrologer,
Astrologer.
whoever the guys are. Yeah, the guys who study the stars and stuff. I am not one of those guys. But they said it's going to go pretty close to the sun. Now, if it hit the sun, I'm sure it would do damage, but would the sun just destroy it, engulf it?
It wouldn't even get close to the sun. It would evaporate from heat before it made impact.
Really? Do you know now now this is funny because they were talking about it because they were like, well, do you know what asteroids and these are made out of? And it's like, I guess elements and stuff, like
Yeah,
granite and rock and gas and all that other stuff. But they're like, this one, NASA is actually saying they're looking at it going, this might be debris from a alien planet. And I'm like, all right, is NASA going off the deep end or is there other people out there?
I think they want to constantly get clicks. Sorry,
um,
what I meant was maybe, maybe, but I mean, how the hell would they be determining that?
right.
Just
Did they shoot up a
yeah,
what you call it, a missile or whatever, and
take a sample.
yeah,
Like, how do you know? You're just reflecting lasers off of these things and getting an idea of what the composition is. But
are they going to send up a team like they did in that movie with Bruce Willis?
oh yeah,
What was that called?
I don't know. I remember the movie.
Oh, why can't I think of the name of it? Anyway, yeah, they're
Bruce
going to set up a
Willis,
team
Liv Tyler, everybody was in that fucking movie.
yeah, they're gonna set up a team with a nuclear bomb and blow it up, and that's
Yeah.
not gonna do anything. I don't think it'll do anything because that
Well,
thing is massive. They call it the planet destroyer
yeah.
because
I
it's
mean,
just hurling through space.
once again, for the listening viewers, is not going to hit Earth. So calm down.
I mean, it could, like, what if it's like a hurricane and decides to take a big change and come up through the Gulf?
I don't think there's a jet stream in outer space. I think we're safe.
For all you who don't live in Florida, that's what we deal with. There's a hurricane coming. It might hit here. It might hit there. It might go this way. It might go that way. Nobody knows. They said they put out the spaghettis and I don't know. This last one that went by, It just went straight up the coast. Didn't even affect us. I think we got some rain from it. I don't know.
Well, that's what we've got going on today. Is yet another one going up the coast. This is a tropical storm today, and then there's another one right behind this that's also going to go straight up. So
Is that why I was just outside and it was misting?
Yes, sir.
It was spitting from the storm.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, as in my occupation, when I'm not podcasting or doing voice work or coaching or anything like that, in my real occupation, we like hurricanes actually, because fences fall down and everybody needs a new fence.
Oh Lord, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, man. Oh, when they come through, I just drive through neighborhoods and I'm just like, let me go park somewhere and raise the flag. I'm over here. You need a new fence? Come see me.
Yeah, Imelda, which is the storm that's giving us our rain today, actually did turn into a hurricane, but it is headed northeast.
Is it going to hit anywhere in the United States or just going to ride?
As of right now, who knows? Maybe the top of the Carolinas, possibly, but I don't know. Yeah. It's going northeast, so it might hook and just shoot right back out into the ocean. And then what was right behind it was that actually looks to be ahead of it is Humberto, however you say it. And that one is 70 mile an hour, 80 mile an hour sustained wind. So it's also a hurricane, but it's two more that went right by us. So
70-mile winds is an afternoon in Florida.
Yeah, true. Very true.
I remember one year when I was still in the car business, we had this week or two of where it would just pour like you couldn't even see across the parking lot. But on the other side of the dealership, the sun was out. It was the craziest thing. You learn to live with this nonsense down here in Florida. Now, for you as a home inspector, obviously a hurricane is not something you want to have happen.
I mean,
the homeowner doesn't want it to have happen because that could decrease the value of your inspection.
Sure.
Folks, by the way, your roof is missing.
Yeah. It would decrease value of appraisal, not inspection, but it would not. It's not helpful. That's for sure. I mean, they do damage. Roofs do not get along well with hurricanes.
Did you have to do now? You don't do property appraisal for insurance, right? You don't go out and do an inspection. They have their own guys that do that, correct? After a storm.
So that would be those are insurance adjusters.
So you had nothing to do when did you hear about that tornado that touched down that little area of Lake Mary or Heathrow or that there? It was off of Markham Woods Road.
When was this?
Last year.
I don't recall that. No,
I pulled into the neighborhood, right? I was going to measure a guy's fence that got damaged from a storm. I didn't know what was going on. That's all I was reading notes. And I'm looking at this neighborhood. I go, dadgum, the roof guy's making money in this neighborhood. Everybody had blue tarps.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the homeowner, I'm looking around. I'm like, what the heck happened here? He's like, dude, a tornado hit. I was like, really? So I had to go look it up because I don't watch the news. Why did your recording stop? Oh, did you just get a text or something?
What?
It just said your recording stopped.
It's me again.
But you're all right. I'll sit here and talk to myself all night. Oh, no technical difficulties.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're back. You're back. Okay, cool. Excellent.
We're good.
You didn't go anywhere. It just stopped recording for a split second. So I just talked and made it. Nobody's getting.
Why did you stop recording? I don't understand.
You need to get a laptop or
Get
a Mac Mini like I have. I'll get you
I
set
don't
up.
understand why would my phone have any administrative priority? It's your studio and your setup.
I don't know why it would stop recording. I really
There's got to be a way to shut it off so that if the other person's phone does something, it doesn't take over the podcast. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the admin. I joined your link.
You're the guest. I am the host with the most. So you wouldn't go out to unless they were wanting to sell the house and they needed appraisal, correct?
No, I don't do appraisal. I do inspection. Two very different worlds.
Please explain. Please enlighten me.
So an appraiser is when you're buying a house and you need to get the value of the house compared to other houses that are similar to that house's square footage and features.
Okay.
That's for your loan. So the bank calls an appraiser out there. Nobody has anything to do with that. You don't get to hire that person. They just go from the bank. So you got Bank of America, you go to get a mortgage. They say, okay, we're sending out the appraiser on Thursday. Okay, cool. That person goes out. They have a whole thing they do. They have software. They use comp, and then they say, we think your house is worth 400 grand. So that's why a lot of times
I had to get my house appraised when we
a lot of times people sweat that part of the deal because they get somebody to commit to buy a house for 435,000 and appraises for 390. Well, somebody's got to make up the difference. So they either got to lower the price or somebody's got to come up with cash or whatever. So what I do is just when you're buying the house, when you are making the purchase of a home, I'm the person that is a part of your contingency plan. So if you get a 5, 7, 9, 15-day contingency on inspection, then I go in there and go through the whole house, every system of the house, whether it's AC, electrical, plumbing, roof, exterior, interior, structure, and anything I find, I put a report together and say, hey, well, the AC is 15 years old. Insurance probably isn't going to insure that, so you better ask for a credit or, that kind of stuff. Or the roof is old or it has old polybutylene plumbing, which is a $8,000 to $10,000 repair, a lot of things. So that's what you hire me for, is to save you from, landing on a grenade when you buy a house, knowing what you're getting.
Correct. And the wisdom would be to get your house inspected if you're going to buy it.
100%. If you're not getting,
people will be like, I'm going to sell it to you for this, but there's no inspection. Where as is,
every effing contract now is written as is. It means nothing anymore. That in my opinion, that term is about as interesting as Kleenex. It just means tissue. Like, it's nothing. It's everybody's, but it's as is. Yeah, but who cares? The roof is 35 years old. So you're either going to figure it out or you're not.
Right, because then when you go to buy the house, your insurance company goes, nope, I'm not insuring it until you get a new roof.
Exactly. So it's that. I don't know. They need to fix. Maybe they have. I mean, I'm not a realtor, so I don't want to talk shit. But I just know that as is contracts, everybody says that. But the reality is, if there's big issues, there's big issues. You can't, just because you wrote up an as is contract doesn't mean the buyer is now. They'll just say no. So okay, fine. You have an as is contract and your AC is 25 years old and your roof is trashed. Fix it or keep your house.
Right. Okay.
So
that makes sense.
You still always, if you're buying a house, if you're buying a condo, you're buying anything,
right,
pay for the inspection. It's hundreds of dollars to save you thousands of dollars.
Right, because you don't know if your foundation is cracked, or like you said, you got when we bought this house, we had it inspected, and the home inspector told us you have the Chinese PVC in the
Chinese drywall.
Yeah, no, the PVC, the pipe, the yellow pipe.
You had the polybutylene piping.
Yeah. So we found that out, and I mean, it was stuff we brought to the negotiating table for sure. Because I'm like, all right, are you going to replace the pipes? Because if not, I have to, and that's going to be $5-6 grand, whatever it was back 2016.
Yeah,
and then I mean, so we really didn't do hardcore negotiating. We said, look, this is what needs to be done. They said, no, we'll take off this and just sell you the house, and you take care of it. And I said, okay, cool.
But what did you pay for the inspection? $500?
I don't remember, but yeah, but I don't think it wasn't like something that hurt me.
But let's say you spent $500. How much did you get that reduction in that plumbing? 3,000?
I mean, we sold the house. I told.
But you know what I mean? That's the thing that always cripples me when people say they're going to skip the inspection. I'm like, the average water heater today costs you $1,000 to $3,000 installed.
Right.
So you don't want to spend $500 to know because like you said, insurance in Florida right now, they don't want to insure anything. They want to fill the landfills with working water heaters, working air conditioning, and still decent roofing. They're getting into this 15-year mark with everything.
And the new, what is it, 10 years for a roof, or is it 15? Well,
I mean, technically, an architectural shingled roof should last you 20 years.
Correct.
But the insurance companies, you're buying a brand new house, it's got a 15-year-old roof on it. It's not all of them, but some of them are saying, no, we're not, we'll give you 45, 60 days. We want the roof replaced. So,
so the great news I got, so a storm came through right after we bought the house. It wasn't a big hurricane. It was just, and of course all the roof guys were out door knocking, and the guy said, "Let me inspect your roof," and blah 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 blah. And he said, "Oh yeah, you've got soft spots, this or that, the other." I said, "All right, let me talk to my insurance company." No, 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 we do that for you. I go, "No, I'm not signing anything because first of all, I'm a sales guy, and I ended up getting like 14 different roofing companies. Couple things I'm gonna word to the wise. If you're a roofing company and I want you to come out and inspect my roof because I'm looking to buy from you, don't take a picture and do it over the phone and say, this is what's going on. Come out and walk my roof. Okay. You get 86 right off the bat. So I had a bunch of different roofing companies come out. If you didn't show up, you just sent me an estimate for how much it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. Then you got vamoosed. Had the insurance company come out and said, yes, your roof got some soft spots. Anyway, I negotiated with a company, beat them up, and I got a metal roof. Which I found out, which is really cool because I thought I'm like, you guys don't even have a dumpster here. They're like, we don't rip the roof off. We build it right over top of it. And I was like, so it's like triple insulated now? I'm like, okay. So yeah, they build the metal roof right over top the old roof.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And so a new roof, let's just say, I don't remember what it was. My deductible was 2,500. I had to pay that. And I had to come out of pocket with another $2,000. And I got a metal roof as opposed to a shingle roof. And even the insurance company's like, dude, you got a good deal on that metal roof. And it's got a 100-year warranty on it. I'm like, the guy was really trying to sell me on the 100-year warranty. And I'm like, buddy, I'm going to be dead. Who cares?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It could be
Yeah.
a 60 year. It could be 12 years. I don't care. But so that was cool. You sent over a text earlier. Pretty interesting. So the real estate market is starting to bubble.
I mean, it's just been some shifts. It's kind of gone into a neutral market from a seller's market, and interest rates are trickling a little, going down a little. So starting to see some more movement, which is good.
You say that because I talked to a real estate company in Texas the other day that's looking for investors, and it's commercial. They do like multi-home complexes and stuff like that, multi-unit complexes and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. You invest with them, they pay a percentage on your money, and then anything the gross profit is, you get another percentage off of that. And when they sell it, they have to let it mature. So it's like 3 to 5 years. And you can just roll your money over. And so I was like, so tell me what happens if they don't sell? He goes, well, first of all, it's a seller's market right now. We're going into a seller's market. He goes, you can see it. Stuff's starting to sell. And he goes, and with what we're building, it's not like a residential neighborhood where you're putting in 50, 60 cookie cut homes that look the same. We're building stuff that people need, like apartment complexes and stuff. So
Right.
and so I was pretty excited about it. I'm actually have some of my investor friends looking at this company and telling me if it's legit and should I move it. I mean, they sent me all the documents that I need. So I mean, I'm excited to hear it's becoming more of a seller's market. I don't like when it's a buyer's market. That to me tells me when it's a buyer's market, there's too much inventory. When it's a seller's, there's not enough.
Yeah.
And you can command top dollar for that.
Yeah, I don't know who told you though, the seller's market. I think it's actually, we're in a neutral market. It's right in the middle right now.
So you don't think there's too many buyers for the inventory? You think there's
enough inventory? No inventory. I mean, literally for the last 3 or 4 months, there's been too much inventory.
Well, just drive down Kelly Park here in Apopka, and you'll see 9,000 homes getting built.
Well, it's not just the build; it's just that all the people that overpaid that are now thinking they're going to sell those houses, and the prices went down, and the houses aren't moving, and they can't lower the price because they owe too much. So houses have been sitting, inventory's gone up. And but it's starting to level out. So we're getting into what more of a neutral market, which is nice.
Do you think there's going to be do you think, okay, so you probably know a lot more about the real estate than I do because you're in it more. But do you think there's going to be a wave where it's going to go a lot of buyers suddenly, and then it's going to level out again, and then it's going to go back up? Inventory is going to grow again, and
it always. I mean, not to sound like an ass, but that's what it always does. Really? I mean, it's that's how the markets work in real estate. When there's
it goes back and forth between buyer and seller.
Yeah, because it's just a psychological thing, is what it really is. I mean, if there's tons and tons of inventory, the buyers get really picky. If there's no inventory, people are acting like it's their last chance to buy a house, and they overpay.
And that's when everybody goes into a bidding war and all that good stuff.
Yeah, but it's so silly.
Right. Well, I mean, because to be honest with you, unless you're looking for a very specific house, we had some friends who just sold their McMansion over in Markham, and they were looking for specific. They wanted to save some money, but they needed very specific things and blah blah blah. So they had to find they couldn't go into a what do they call the neighborhoods where they're all the same pretty much.
Oh God, my brain.
Yeah, I know. Mine too. I'm having a brain fart. But anyway, so they shopped around, but you get people who are moving down from up north and they're pulling in these neighborhoods and they're seeing nice. Some of these houses are really nice. They're big. These new ones that they're building. I don't know if you've seen them. They got like the detached garage with like the little courtyard in the middle between them, and
yeah.
But there's like a covering over it, so like the houses in the garage are still attached, but it's just separated like that. Why I don't know if you can hear my dog. Somebody's at my front door.
I heard one tiny little bark.
I'm gonna go out there and kick him in the throat. No, I'm not. He's doing his job actually. My wife's hilarious. She won't answer the door if someone is. Oh, all right. I see what it is. My son ordered DoorDash, so it's at the door.
Okay.
I really wish I could be so frivolous and just buy food DoorDashed all the time. That would probably cost me an arm and a leg, so I won't do it.
Yeah. Cookie cutter, by the way, was what we were trying to think of.
Cookie cutter, but they're called there's another word. I learned it in real estate school and I can't remember because that was so long ago.
Oh.
There's stock homes? No. There's custom. There's 3 different types. There's custom, then there's all the homes that are the same. Anyway, I'm drawing a blank. So whatever. If you're a realtor and you know what I'm talking about, just type in the chat and say, Zach, you're an idiot. This is what it's called. That would be fine by me. I was trying to get my buddy Daniel on, who's actually a realtor. He hates when I say realtor. He's like, there's no A in it. It's realtor. Get him on tonight, but we will anyway. So, what else is going on? Anything interesting in the world?
Thinking track homes?
There's track, and there's
track. There's model. There's pre-design, modular. I don't know. I can't think what else there would be.
I don't know, but like my neighborhood, if you drive down the street, I think every 4th house is the same.
Yeah, suburban.
Yeah, whatever. But like I live in like a pretty much a cookie cut neighborhood. So when I moved in, it wasn't like we could be totally picky because it was the house that we were going to buy. It wasn't a custom home where I was like, oh, it's got marble walkways and all this other stuff.
Sure.
And we looked at other homes. Actually, brand new builds we looked at.
Okay.
I got to be honest, we were in this neighborhood in Tavares. This is a while ago. This is back in 2015, and
spec homes.
Thank you.
God, it just jumped in my head.
The train did not miss it.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we were looking at these houses, and I mean, they're identical. Everything looks the same. So I could walk into my neighbor's house and be like, "Oh, I'm not lost. I'm home. Oh, wait, this isn't my house."
Yeah.
I felt claustrophobic. Like they felt like they were, 2,000, 1,800, 2,000 square foot, but they felt tiny to me. They make them like so boxy. I don't know.
So
I don't know what the
modular.
word. I like open. I like very much open.
Okay.
I think it's easier. Like when we had our kitchen redone, we had cabinets, like a half wall cabinets that blocked the kitchen. So we had like a galley kitchen, and it blocked the living and dining room and family room and all that. So I had to take that out, and we put a big bar in there and the counter and all that stuff. And now if I'm in the kitchen cooking, I can talk to my guests, I can watch TV, whatever I'm doing. It's
sure.
That to me is ideal. It makes the house look just bigger. Even though
I agree.
Gives you a false sense of bigness. So what else is going on? Anything
else?
I
think something cool. Shameless plug for my company, if that's okay.
Plug away.
So my inspection company is called Home Inspection Resource. If you are in Central Florida and you need a home inspection, I just put out a new program where you can pay for the inspection at closing now, meaning no out of pocket, which is huge. You know, you want to get your home inspected, get all the stuff you want to get done, costs you $0 out of your pocket to get that done. They will settle it at title.
Is it something you have to pay at title, or is it just part of the mortgage or whatever?
It'll just get rolled into the closing costs, so that will not come out. I mean, it's going to be a fee in there, but it's just they don't have to put it on their credit card or pay it out of their week's paycheck.
Does that
Which is
jam you up on getting paid?
no, not at all. It's I don't mind. You know, title is everybody's got to get paid. It's a very legal process, you know. But
Right.
the only caveat that I've had some people ask is, well, what if they don't close, or what if they back out? You know, what if they don't do the deal, but you went and did the inspection? You will still pay for it when you set up for the paid at closing deal. You sign a little agreement that says, if I close on this house, great. If not, I'm still going to pay for the inspection if it was performed. And they have to like put in their credit card, you know, ahead of time. It never gets charged or anything with the finance company. It doesn't sit with me. It sits with a high-end Amazon security rated company, you know, and then they just roll, and then it just makes it so much more convenient because, you know, some of these things they need to get done. Everybody needs wind mitigations and 4-points and termite inspections, and you know, so it's a good cost savings and another great reason not to skip your home inspection. You can get it for free, or well, just not out of pocket. It'll close with title.
Right.
So
That's cool. That is awesome. To be honest, I
thanks.
think that's just one less stressful thing because there's so much going on when you're
Yeah,
buying a house. Let me tell you
yeah.
what. When we went to title, oh, I mean, look, I was in the car business for close to 30 years. I was a franchise guy, a finance guy. I was a director of finance, and
F and I.
I thought the paperwork for cars, for a loan and all that was nonsense. I mean, it was
Oh,
like,
that's next level.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I actually I got my notary because I wanted to be a mobile notary signer, and I was going to go out and do like closings and stuff like that. Till I found out that 99% of the title companies have their own notary unless they've got their favorite people, so it's tough to get, you know, it's not they make it sound super simple, like you're gonna make $1,000,000 and you're like, let me do a little research on this. I'm still
being
a
a
notary.
notary,
I am a notary.
everybody's a notary.
Yeah, that's the problem. And
Yeah,
90% of the notaries I've done for free.
yeah. It's crazy, super saturated.
I did one um home loan notary where they paid me. But
Oh, right.
uh
Did you break even?
and then of course everybody at church wants, hey, can you notarize this for me? So
So
it's
yeah,
funny 'cause the guy who is the IT executive, whatever you want to call him at church. He's the book guy. He
okay.
became a notary because he's like, Zach, I hate to keep bothering you, so I'm just gonna get my own notary stamp. I said, are you signing the paperwork? He says, nope. I said, then you can stamp away. Just you
Yeah,
can't be on it. If your name's on it or if it's anything to do with you, you can't be on it notarizing.
yeah. You
Like I
gotta
can't notarize I guess I could notarize my daughter's wedding license.
yeah, I don't know how that works.
I'm actually gonna find out because the one that's getting married in June, I'm gonna be the pastor for it.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Mm.
could be the pastor and the notary. It
Well,
sounds like
I can do either or, to be honest with you.
yeah,
So when I sign the marriage certificate, I can sign it as a notary, but we'll be in North Carolina, so I don't know if a Florida notary matters there. So probably not. So I'll just sign as the pastor.
yeah,
So
yeah. Florida with all their licensing, everything. You need a license for everything here. It's ridiculous. It's
yes.
over. Everybody wants a check.
So it was funny. I was today was my first day back to work after almost 4 months of being
Congratulations.
on disability. Thank you. I actually, to be honest with you, I like being retired. I
Well,
want to go back.
don't blame you.
Lori Ann says I can retire again on Friday till Monday. So,
Okay.
um, so I'll be able to retire for the weekend. um, or my other funny joke is, I looked at my retirement funds and we decided to hit the road and travel, and we'll be back home by 8:30. So there you go. So, everybody was complaining about it's a bunch of new sales guys. They hired some new sales guys, and good for them. We needed them because I was out. One of the other guys just joined the Navy. It was so weird. I mean, random. He was in his 30s, so he was still young enough to join the Navy, and so he joined the Navy. And then I think another guy got fired because he was crap. Anyway, they hired a couple new guys, and they were complaining about permits and stuff today in the meeting. And I'm like, man, I've been gone for 4 months, and you guys are still complaining about the same thing, and it's all new faces still complaining. I said, listen, everything in Central Florida has to be permitted. Now, if we were to buy the Lake County franchise, which I would love, oh my gosh, I would love. There's Lake County doesn't need permits for fences. It's pretty
Oh,
spectacular.
wow.
Yeah. But our other corporate office is in Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the land of milk and honey. They don't have HOAs per se as strict as ours because the HOAs are nightmares.
Yep.
And they don't need permits for fences. So they sell it on Monday and you'll have the fence installed by Friday. It's 6 to 8 weeks because we have to wait for everything.
Yeah. You see, they're
So-
trying to get rid of the HOA thing in Florida, though, right?
I did not. Please tell me. Please inform me because I am looking to. I saw a guy wearing a shirt at Publix one time, and I want to ask him where he bought it, and he got away from me. It said defund the HOA. 'Cause they are the biggest strong arm mafia
Yeah.
Karens on the planet.
So I
And
guess
say that because I have some
the
friends that are HOA. I like some of them. They're really good. They work with me. They're actually human beings who can work with me. And then other
Right.
HOAs are just, I mean, this lady was at a guy's house one time, and then I'll let you finish what you're going to say. And I was there just to hear what the HOA's bylaws were, and it had to be wholly inside the property line. I said, okay,
Yeah.
so we build it right there on the property line. No, wholly inside. I said, I understand what you're saying. And she started like getting real snippy with me, and I said, ma'am, let me stop you right there. I'm going to be as respectful and as polite as I can. You're not my customer. He's my customer. I talked to him. I just came out to see if there was anything I was doing wrong, and obviously there's not. So I don't need a lecture on HOA. And suddenly she caught, I guess she caught that she had the Karen vibe going, and she's like, no, I was just making sure. I said, sister, I deal with HOAs far worse than yours.
Yeah.
Islesworth was a tough HOA. I had to go to their board meeting. Well, actually, it was on Zoom, but it was early in the morning, and they wanted to ask. They're asking me thousands of questions. I'm like, dude, it's freaking 46 feet of fence. We're blocking it so his kid doesn't fall into the, off the side of his ravine or whatever.
Right.
I mean, you just want to shake the people. You're like, it's the back of the house. Nobody's going to see it. It's behind shrubs.
Sure.
Anyway, so what was this new thing you were going to enlighten me with?
Well, they're just talking about proposing a bill to ban or repeal HOAs in the state of Florida. And one of our state reps is pushing for it. I mean, it would have to be approved by like the House and the Senate and the governor to even become a law. But it's like people are strongly considering it. So I think that would be amazing.
Look, there's great stuff about HOAs. I really can't think of anything right now, but there are allegedly. I live in a non-HOA neighborhood. Okay. Look, I drive down my street. There's a couple yards that need to be mowed. And if they lived in an HOA, they would have gotten a letter by now.
Right.
There's a guy at the front who has a big RV in his driveway and has a big rebel flag flying and, whatever. I don't care. That stuff doesn't bother me. If it bothered me, I'd go live in, the villages or something where the HOA is, they come measure your yard. If it's too long, you're getting a letter.
Well, the goal of this, they're hoping, is to meet somewhere in the middle where they don't completely eliminate them, but take away the overzealous enforcement and the fines and the stuff that they do where, you're trying to sell your house and you've got a $3,500 lien on your property of your HOA because you didn't trim your bushes, that kind of horse shit.
Right.
Getting rid of that stuff.
So
that would be, I'm fine with there being HOAs as long as they don't become the Gestapo of the,
Do you
your
live
life.
in an HOA community?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I live in Celebration.
Oh, you guys are the worst.
Yeah. This is the HOA who tells you that they want you to pressure wash your asphalt tile roof. And I told them, yeah, unless you're paying for my new roof with a 10 years of granule, it's going to blow off there. It's not happening.
Right. And or
And
are
then
you
they
gonna
will.
worry about my hospital bills if I take a dive off the roof and break a leg?
Well, it's not good for architectural or any type of asphalt roof to be pressure cleaned.
I
It's
actually saw a new company out there that cleans roofs. Roofs? Roofs. Roofs. Roofs? Roofs.
whatever.
Anyway,
Roof,
yeah.
roof.
Potato, potato. But they don't use high pressure. They just use an
Soft.
algae
It's like a
cleaner.
soft clean. Yeah, those
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
fine with that. But then again, you want to know. I mean, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Then it's like, okay, but what's the chemical? Like
Right.
what's the chemical you're rinsing off my 4,000 square feet of roof onto my lawn where my dog and my kids play? Is
Right.
it like, okay, cool, my roof looks great, but we all have cancer. So,
My son just grew a gourd that looks like a third head coming out of him.
but the roof looks
The roof
fantastic.
is fabulous. Thank you. Yeah. I was well. The thing they were pitching what the chemical was. It's not a chemical. It was like all natural. It's just like a an algae mold cleaner that
They're,
whatever. Whatever. Like, all right, if it's all natural, it's good for you. Go ahead and take a shot of it. Let me see.
yeah.
Throw it
Why
down there,
don't you go rinse off with it? We'll come back in 3 days and see how your skin looks, and we'll take it from there.
Captain. Yeah. I mean, listen, not for nothing. When I pressure wash like my driveway and stuff, I use bleach. I
Yeah.
mean, my dogs don't go out and lick the concrete, so I'm not worried about it. Um,
Well, most pressure washing companies use a combination of bleach and other stuff.
chlorine. Yeah, chlorine's a big one. And I mean, it does a good job. Or if you're getting your house painted and they pressure wash your house before they paint it, they're using chlorine
Yep.
to get the paint nice and ready. But yeah. So all right. So let's look at pros and cons of an HOA. If you're in a neighborhood where your money is going into actually beautifying the common areas and they're keeping the roadways nice and neat. Like when I first moved here, I moved into Country Creek in Altamont. I don't know if you're familiar with that neighborhood.
I am.
Okay. That's what we paid 2 HOAs. There was the master, and then there was the neighborhood inside that I lived. The
Right.
one inside that I lived was like, it was like $35 a month or something. It was nothing. It was nothing. But they had an ARC committee, which if people out there don't know what that is, it's an architectural review committee.
Yep.
And I wanted to take down a tree. Well, first thing I learned, I never even knew what an HOA is. Coming from Jersey, we don't have HOAs. At least where I lived out in the woods. There was no HOAs. My dad was the HOA, right? I redesigned my whole front yard I made it spectacular. My grass was impeccable. I had freaking azaleas just bursting and crepe myrtles. And I mean, it was I did great landscaping, me and my ex-father-in-law. And the HOA came over and said, you didn't submit a form and we can make you take that all out. I go, you could try. Because
Yeah. Good luck.
I don't even know who you are. Get off
Yeah.
my property, right? And then that's when I first learned about HOAs. So they let it slide. And then actually I won like yard of the year or yard of the month or a couple times. So really, I guess they were very happy with it.
Sure.
And then I had a pine tree the roots were starting to push my sidewalk up. And I was waiting for it to either get struck by lightning or just fall over my house. So I went and submitted my paperwork to get it removed. Oh, no, 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 no. It's got some Brazilian cockroach in it. We can't touch it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen, when my sidewalk gets pushed up and someone falls and breaks their neck, we're calling you. If it falls on my house, the insurance company is going to sue you. Wouldn't you know the next day I had a letter? Go ahead and take the tree down.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Go ahead and get it approved. Same thing happened. Now, this wasn't with an HOA, but in my neighborhood that I live in, between the sidewalk and the street is the county property.
Right.
I got to mow it. I don't get paid for that, but whatever. It had 2 trees out there. I don't know. They were probably live oak. I don't know what they were. They were crap, whatever they were. And they were rotten. I mean, rotten. And I called the county and said, hey, these trees got to come out. They're like, oh, we're not in the habit of cutting down trees. I said, all right. Well, when it falls, I'll make sure I send you the bill. And if anybody gets injured, I'll let you guys know that Morgan and Morgan will be calling you or whatever. Wouldn't you know, the next day the county truck was out there cutting them daggone trees down.
Yeah. Real quick.
They even stump grinded and everything. And the guy was out there and he was pretty cool. I was talking to him. And I said, look, I wasn't trying to strong arm you, but look at the tree. And he's like poking his finger through it. He goes, yeah, they're bad. They're rotten. He's like, they got to go. I said, do I have to replace them? He goes, no, this is county property. If anybody's going to replace them, it'd be county. And we don't have any, notes to do that. So we're just taking the trees out for you. So
Yeah.
I got rid of all my trees. My wife was a little upset at first, and then she realizes I really, because today we were just talking about this before the show started. The pollen is redonkulous, and man, when I had those trees in my yard, oh, I mean, everything is yellow right now from my neighbor's trees.
Oh yeah. We're in high pollen season right now.
Why? That doesn't make sense. Please explain to me. All right, I'm an allergy guy. I've got
The nasal spray.
yeah. I think I sent you the nasal spray to check out.
Yeah, you did.
But I don't understand. Isn't it fall? Is this not fall right now? Are we not in autumn?
That's Florida, buddy.
Why is there pollen? That's spring.
Yeah, that's Florida.
So
I always get it worse in the fall than spring.
now I'm learning there's like 2 allergy seasons in Florida, spring and fall.
Right.
And it really
For
doesn't
me,
go away in summertime.
I get it with the grass pollen here. I'm more allergic to the grass pollen. And because Florida, I mean, all of this grass you see in everybody's lawns is not indigenous Florida grass. So,
Like Bahia or
the Augustine, and, yeah, all of it. I mean, that's why you have to have chemicals sprayed on it, once a month and keep it cut to a certain length or it dies. It doesn't want to be here.
right.
But so I think they cycle and bloom at different times of the year. They don't follow nature's cycle of just, spring like you would have up in the Northeast. Like everything's gray until spring.
That's right. That's right. That's the one thing that I always felt in New Jersey. Like when we went back to school in September, like it seemed to suddenly everything just started getting gray. All the leaves fell.
Yeah.
I was out there raking leaves for hours.
Yeah.
And my dad would make me, he didn't believe in burning leaves. So we would bushel them and we'd have to take them across the street out into the woods and dump them out there.
Yep.
He wouldn't bag them up for the trash. And it was, and then after I move out, he gets a blower. He never raked again. He blew everything out into the woods. I'm like, Pops, thanks. I appreciate it. I taught you stuff.
Listen, he taught you a life lesson.
He did.
This is why you're a hard worker now.
That's why I bought a blower. But so there's these the cadania trees. I don't know. They're weeds basically, but they turn into big trees with the little yellow flowers on them.
I don't know. I don't know plants.
But my whole deck is yellow from all these things falling off. It's not the pollen, but that's what's killing me.
Huh.
I mean, it's just and my pet dander. And so my Roddy is losing his summer coat.
Sure.
And I think that's what's killing me because every time I go in my daughter's room to let him in or out or whatever, I'm sneezing because it's so much dander in there. And she vacuums and sweeps every other day.
You're one of those allergic to dogs but has dogs people.
My wife said, "Go get Flonase. We're keeping the dogs."
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I've even looked at non or hypoallergenic dogs.
That's a thing.
Yeah, like the soft coated Wheaten Terrier.
I only thought that those skinless cats or not skinless, furless cats. Sorry.
Yeah, what are these cats walking around just bones?
Yeah, just guts hanging out.
Yeah, no, they make actually. That's why I call them designer dogs because they're made to be. They don't have fur; they have hair.
Oh,
so like a doodle, a Burma doodle, or a Labradoodle. Okay. Those are all they have hair, which. I mean, they're cute dogs and all, but that's not my dog. Maybe.
Oh, there's quite a few.
Yeah, hyperallergenic. Yeah,
but like poodle,
terrier,
poodles, Maltese, miniature schnauzers, Yorkshire Terriers. There's a lot.
Yeah,
15 breed. There's holy shit. I didn't know.
Yeah. What kind of dog is yours?
Shiba Inu.
A Shiba Inu. So she has fur, not hair.
She is a fur.
Does she shed?
Hell yeah, she sheds.
So my lab, who's a very short coat, he does shed, but not like the Roddy is. Like we sweep up a puppy every other day. Yeah,
Noodle. I brush her out at least 3 times a year, and I could probably, if I could make enough money, I could sell 3 pillows a year of Shiba fur if
Shiba
that
fur.
would pay the bills.
I wonder how that would work with allergies.
Not well. Yeah, can you imagine sleeping on a dog fur pillow with your allergies? You'd probably die. You'd have
I
some
actually
like,
found this dog the other day. Have you heard of? Hold on, I gotta find it. I sent it to Lorianne, so I'll just look at her text. Because not that our dogs are dying or anything like that. Um, what you call it? Our daughter's gonna move out when she gets married, so she's gonna take the Roddy with her, and then we'll just have Boz. And Boz, I think, because Boz is a mixed mutt, I think he's probably gonna live a pretty good life. They're the ones you get the
yeah.
full purebreds. They're the ones that die. But I found this dog the other day. It's called a Canis, Canis Panther, and it's
Okay.
like a Cane Corso mixed with a Doberman,
I see
mixed
it.
with a Labrador. That's a beautiful dog.
Looks like something out of a horror movie.
That's what I like. Yes, a big mean because it's got the Cane Corso in it. I
That is a
love.
frightening looking dog.
Let me correct myself. It's Cane Corso, but whatever. It's a Cane Corso.
That is a
Italian Mastiff.
frightening looking dog.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good looking dog. And my
Yeah,
wife said, "No,
sounds like another hand surgery coming your way.
she said, "No, we're not getting." I think the next dog we get will probably be like a golden retriever or a.
Yeah. It's something that loves you, doesn't eat
Yeah.
you.
My black lab loves me.
Yeah, he loves the flavor of your blood.
No, that's the Roddy. The Roddy got me.
I know.
And he was defending himself. So the lab's the little. He's the stirrable. He starts all the trouble. He's the one who attacks the other one.
Yes.
See, they think they're playing, and then the one doesn't want to play.
Then he gets aggressive. Yeah.
Yep. Then it gets out of control. And I
Oh.
think it's funny because he doesn't like Rottweilers at all. My Mastiff and him were best friends. Any other dog he's around, he seems to be okay with, but the Roddy, he does not like him. So we think he was a bait dog, and he might have been beat up by a Roddy.
Right on.
So, and now the Roddy, it's funny. If there's a black lab on TV, he barks at it. Yeah. Little jerk offs that they are, but I love my dogs.
Fair enough.
I've had people tell me, "Oh, you should have put that dog down." I said, "Why?" It was not his fault. He didn't attack. If he had viciously attacked me, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Like my son's best friend down in Texas, he had a I want to say it's either a Belgian Malinois or a Shepherd. I don't remember, but the dog turned on him and tore him up. I mean, he got his hand messed up just like I did. I don't understand why a dog would turn.
I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever had any fear of your dog turning on you?
God, no. She is the sweetest dog on the planet.
Does Noodle sleep with you?
100%. She lives like better than most humans. She sleeps in the bed. She loves riding in the car. She eats, she eats well. Like I said, she's royally spoiled.
Right. We're dog owners.
Yeah.
We love our dogs. We talk to them like they're our children.
100%.
Right. People don't get that. People who are not dog owners, they think we're ridiculous, right? I feed my dog. My dog gets very good kibble. We find no grain kibble, has to be all natural ingredients.
Yep.
It costs a little bit more. I don't care.
Same.
And it's really funny because I could feed my dogs like the cheap Old Roy from Walmart or Pedigree or something like that, and they love that. So they go nuts for it because it's all garbage, right?
Right.
They turn their nose up after a while at some of the stuff. I gotta kind of change it around every once in a while.
Rotate.
But we do a little bit of kibble. We do chicken, raw egg, honey, and pumpkin.
Okay.
And
all good stuff.
Do you know why they eat honey?
Yeah.
It has to be local honey. It gets them not allergic to stuff. Like
they're smart.
The bees got the pollen in it. Yeah,
Imagine that.
And they love raw eggs. Now everybody says throw the shell in it. My dogs won't eat the shell.
No, I don't know who the hell says that. Why would they?
They say it's really, really good for their skin.
I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah, I would maybe grind it up and mix it in powder or something, but I'm not going to throw a shell. I've fed them the shell before, and they didn't. They give it the old bleh.
I feel like it would tear their stomach up.
And here's a really funny thing. My neighbor, who we got the Roddy from, feeds his dogs raw chicken, raw meat, whatever he feeds them. My dogs, we tried raw hamburger, raw steak. They wouldn't do it. I'll brown it, and then I'll chop it up and throw it in. Then it's great.
Sure.
I don't know why. What do you feed Noodle?
She gets in the morning. She gets a wet food, a high end. I do all Blue Buffalo.
Good,
I'm a
it's
big
good,
fan of that company because
good brand.
it was built by a family that lost their dog from bad food,
Uh-huh.
so they committed to making really good dog food.
Is he the one that
And
does a commercial with the golden retriever that talks we built
I
this for
don't
him?
know. I'm not familiar with their commercials, but I will say that Noodle has been on that her whole life. And at 11 years old, she is so healthy. Like when I take her to the vet, her blood work always comes back perfect. And then also, uh, if I'm making any type of meat, whether I'm making beef or ground beef or chicken, I'll always, spot her off a bit of it with no salt or anything in it.
Right.
And, so she gets good quality, lean meats, not lean, but just meats,
My cane corso when I had Tigger, if I did ground beef, if I was making chili or tacos or whatever,
Yeah.
I would save the grease from it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he would fight anybody for it. He didn't
Yeah,
care.
no. Well, because it's that red fat meat that they love. They know they're smart.
Yes, he loved it. He loved it. Loved. So did actually all my dogs loved it. But Tigger was like if he knew I was making stuff, he knew he was getting a good meal that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would sit in the kitchen and just watch. I've got
Right.
actually got pictures of him when he used to do this lean. We called it the kickstand lean, where his one leg just stuck out and he just leaned over and he would just sit there and stare at me while I was cooking. He was a good boy.
That's
Um,
awesome.
I mean, he bit me, but I've been bit by all my dogs. But we train them and we work hard with them and we play hard with them. And he bit me when he was a puppy and he got walloped and he never even looked sideways at me again. I was his master. He knew exactly who the alpha was.
Yeah, the Shiba, I don't know. I've heard people since I've had this dog say, "Oh wow, they can be this or they can be that." I'm telling you, this dog has been a saint since day one. She has no food aggression. I can You could put your face in the bowl with her and she'll just share the food with you. She won't even pay attention. She doesn't care.
Tigger, the cane corso, if I walked over to his bowl and put my hand in the bowl, he would just sit and just wait till I told him it was okay.
She's just like, whatever, yeah, let's eat. Like, whatever, take what you want. We're cool.
Do you travel?
Um,
Do you travel with her?
she goes everywhere I go.
Yeah.
She's a fully trained service dog. So I've had her since 8 weeks, and so she goes everywhere. But
Does she go on your inspections?
no, I don't. It's not necessary.
Right.
But I will say, having different dogs throughout our life from our family and stuff, like they are great dogs. They're so quiet. They're very cat-like. They keep themselves very groomed like a cat. You rarely have to groom and bathe them. They're very, very clean. Like how a cat at the end of the night they're cleaning their paws. That's her every night. Like
Yeah.
everything is the minute we come back in the house, she's gone for 15 minutes cleaning. Like but they're also just very, very like one person kind of dog. She just like I'm her dad, and that's when you know you're a dog owner when you call him my
Yeah.
daughter and dad. But
Yes.
I guess the only odd thing I would say about at least my Shiba, I don't know if they're all like this, but they're just very disinterested in other dogs. They're not aggressive, but like when I walk her, there could be another dog going down the sidewalk barking, barking. She won't even look. She
Really?
doesn't even look. She's like this. Like, I don't know what your problem is, bro. Don't care that you're over there. And I'll always have people walking because there's a lot of people walk in celebration. And people always say, "Oh, is she friendly?" I'm like, she's friendly, but she has no interest in other dogs. So, like, don't get bummed out when you bring your dog over here and she just backs away.
Right.
She doesn't do anything. She's just wanting. She wants. If I take her to a dog park, she'll just go off to the side and sit. And if another dog comes near her, she's just like, "Nope, we're good. Not here to see you. Just here to take in the scenery."
Yeah.
Um,
When we were training Boz and Prince, we would take them to stores, Home Depot, the mall, whatever.
yeah,
Public. We take them shopping with us because they were in their service vests. The Rottweiler is a service dog for my daughter, and or emotional support, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what he is. But we were in Home Depot, and this dog was going nuts. It was in a shopping cart, and both my dogs didn't even look. They just looked up at me like, I said,
Yeah.
you just keep doing what you're doing, you know, and
Yeah, no, she's really good that way. The only thing I would say she's ever been interesting is she doesn't she's very sheepish of children, like little children.
really,
Once if a kid's 4 feet tall or taller, whatever age that is, then she thinks they're an adult. But she doesn't like small kids. She never has. Not aggression. She just doesn't want anything to do with them.
so
She
I
just
had and we're gonna wrap up because I know you've got plans this evening,
yes, sir.
and obviously D-Rex isn't showing up, so you're fired. Um, that was my best Trump impersonation.
That's pretty good.
Um, we had a Neapolitan Mastiff Diesel. He was 168, 170 pounds, big freaking monster head, and he did not like kids at all. And we found out it wasn't that he didn't like him, but they were eye level with him, and it freaked him out. Like, why is this child like? Why? What is this person like? Why are they same
Yeah.
height as me? And he would
Maybe
freak
that's
out
what her
immediately.
thing is too. Maybe that's what her thing is too. Because if I were to walk up to you with her, she'll walk right up to you and you can just pet her. But if you had a kid holding your hand, she won't come over. And if the kid approaches her, she'll back away.
Really?
No aggression. No aggression. She just doesn't want anything to do with it.
Interesting.
Like Derek with us tonight.
Yeah. Derek.
Just doesn't want anything to do with it. Well, cool, man.
Well, we did another live show. We just had nothing really to talk about tonight. It's just something we like to get out. The reason we do the live shows is number one, when we have guests come back like we did last week. And we're gonna start doing that more. I'm gonna have some repeat guests come on the live show. And just because I'm trying to get out there and just get everybody, knowing who we are and what we're all about. They see our regular show, but this could be more interactive. I like when people come on. Last week we actually had a lot of viewers last week, which was really cool.
Good.
This week, not as many, but that's all right. It's
Hey, but for anybody that watches this, home inspection resource. Another shameless plug. Yeah, brother. I am going to fade out and let you do what you do to shut her down.
All right, Chris. Thank you very much for stopping by.
Man, I appreciate being here. I'm sure I'll be here next week.
I'll talk to you then. I'll send you the link. We'll get it hooked up.
All right, brother. Have a good week. See you.
Right. Take care. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is the No Brainer Show. That was Chris. He was visiting us this evening, and well, now it's just me. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate and love the fact that you're fans. Keep subscribing. Check us out. We're on YouTube. No Brainer Shows with an S. Facebook, No Brainer. X, no_brainer_show. And Instagram, just No Brainer Show. I don't think there's anything special about it. So check us out. We're all over the socials, and we're also all over the podcast platforms. So if you are wanting to listen, not watch a video, check us out on Apple, Spotify, all of them. We're on all of them. So just check us out. We'll keep coming to you this week. We're doing a show. Obviously, we record on Thursdays. We're doing a show. We've got a guest who is he gets finances for business. So if you're a business in Central Florida and you're looking for money, he's the guy you want to talk to. So we're gonna interview him, dive deep into some of that information. So check us out, and let us know what you think. Drop me a line. You can email me at zach@nobrainershow.com anytime you want. Visit our website. I don't know if you can see it right there. nobrainershow.com. Everything's there, all the old shows. You don't have to go diving all over YouTube looking for us or whatever. They're all there too. All right. But until next time, I wish you all well. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.